What's up, gatekeepers? Get your tea ready because the power plays in the DMV just hit a dangerous new level. Today, we're breaking down Joey's deadly overconfidence, Hayley's toxic manipulations, and the high-stakes health crisis rocking the Hamilton and Duprees families. So we start off at the country club where Danny is having a literal daymare. She's dreaming about Hayley taunting her over the BRCA gene. Hayley actually shows up in the flesh, waving Chelsea and Naomi's test results around like a weapon. I have their test results right here. Don't you want to see them? No. And as she is pushing Hayley away, her good friend Pamela shows up. So she tells Pamela what's going on with her. And Pamela, of course, is showing nothing but support and giving her support to the point where she says, darling, if it gets to that point where you're vomiting, I will hold your hair back for you. That's that Pamela giving her support to her good friend Danny. Meanwhile, Hayley is literally dosing Bill's tea at work. And come on, Bill, you need to drink some tea. And Bill says, I'm not drinking any more of your poison. Of course, that took her by surprise, and she like, why do you have to call it poison? As a matter of fact, stop calling it that. Of course, Bill is just tired of drinking tea all the freaking time. Okay? So eventually she gets him to drink a little bit of it, because she sweet talks him into doing it. Oh, it's just for your health. I want you here for a long time. Meanwhile, secretly thinking, dude, you can't drop off fast enough for me. I need to step up my game. Now, over at Uptown, Joey is pissed that Leslie called him for a meeting. He is like, what are you doing calling me to meet with me? Ain't no need in us meeting together because our legal paperwork has already been filed. Everything is straight. We don't need to talk to each other no more. Oh, you thought this was the end? Oh no, this is the beginning of a long relationship of the Leslie Thomas Outreach Project. No. That ain't what we agreed upon. Maybe we'll have to rediscuss that. Did you tell Vanessa about your dedication? She is your Bonnie to your Clyde. I've had people killed for making comments like that. No, actually, I've had people killed for less. And he gets up and walks out like, chick, don't be calling me. I don't want to have nothing else to do with you. The only reason why I'm involved in this is because of Vanessa. Otherwise, I wouldn't even be fooling around with you. So he heads straight over to Bill's office because now he needs some legal protections against Leslie. Bill, of course, was surprised that he even was in business with her. And of course, he says that it's always only due to Vanessa anyway. And of course, he tells him that Leslie is not someone to be trifled with. But Joey's like, you know what? I ain't even worried about her. I can handle her. Later, Joey meets up with Vanessa and he lets it slip that the clinic is going to be named after Doug. And so she was shocked and taken aback. And she was like, what? What does Leslie think about that? And then he told her, you know what? Don't worry about it. I can handle Leslie. So after Joey leaves Uptown, Marcel, aka Shaft, doom 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 doom. He shows up at Uptown. Leslie, aka Foxy Brown, starts coming on to him, and Shaft can't resist. Ooh, you keep talking like that, girl. Ooh, okay. They get to kissing at Uptown, and they just can't take their hands off of each other. So they head back to the hotel room, and as they are hugging and peeling each other's clothes off, Leslie finds Marcel's piece. She takes it out of the holster and holds it, and Marcel Shaft is impressed that Foxy Brown know how to handle a piece. And Shaft is impressed. Bow chicky wow wow, chicky wow wow. And they get busy. Again, I'm not sure what's going on with Leslie, aka Foxy Brown, and Shaft. I'm not sure if they playing each other or are they really liking each other. Gatekeepers, y'all let me know what's going on with them. Now, over at Nicole's, she waking up from a massive hangover, and Vanessa is there. Nicole is drowning in guilt because she's BRCA negative while Danny is positive. Vanessa gives her some tough love. Stop drinking and start leaning on Carlton, the nice guy who's actually trying to be there for her. Matter of fact, Vanessa even talks Nicole into a double date with her and Joey. Okay? And then later when Nicole sees Carlton, she say, would you mind going on a double date with me and Vanessa and Joey? And Carlton, of course, was like, wow. So we'll see how that goes. Now, back at the law office, Danny stops by to thank Bill for not being a first-class jerk lately. But my thing is, why did she have to go over there and thank him in person? You supposed to be about him being about the girls more so than you. Okay? But the way they writing it, you know, she still feels comfort with Bill, even though all the drama and all that mess done happened. They give each other hugs, and of course, Hayley walks in. Excuse me, would you mind taking your hands off my husband? Danny leaves, and of course, Hayley starts griping. What is she doing here? Blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? And Bill is really kind of getting tired of Hayley because he's like, oh my gosh, you know what I'm saying? The family is going through some things, and you really need to stop all that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to be there for my girls, and I'm going to be there for Danny. Period. Now, I know you feel left out. Why don't you reach out to Naomi and talk to her? You know what I'm saying? You never know. It might work. So she ends up sending a nice little text message to Naomi about, you know, even though we're not friends anymore, whatever, but I'm still feeling for you. So Eva and Ted meet up, and Ted explains to her all that's going on with the BRCA gene with Nicole and Danny. Kat not wanting to get tested, but she doesn't have to now that Nicole is negative, and but because she doesn't have to deal with it anymore, she still is going to obviously be concerned and supportive of Chelsea. Maybe you can go over there and see Kat and give your support to her. Okay, so Ava eventually goes to Orphe Jeans, where she sees Kat, and she tries to be the bigger person and is, I'm there for you even if you don't want me to be. Okay? And of course, Kat is like, you stay out of my family. Of course, Eva is like, you know what? I only did this because our father asked me to do so. But you know what? One day you will need me, and I'll be glad to say, basically, F you. Over at the hospital, Ashley is gushing about her date with Grayson. And Naomi comes in and she like, yeah, Ashley and Grayson. Shanice is like, wait a minute, what's going on? I don't know about this Grayson person, and y'all hooking up and dating. Give me the deets, okay? And of course, Ashley's like, yeah, well, you know how I used to always like mint chocolate chip ice cream? Well, I decided to do some raspberry sorbet. In other words, me and Derek's relationship was totally vanilla. You know what I mean? And I done branched out now. Okay? Again, like I say, they done spruced Ashley up. Okay? Hair done and makeup. And since they were talking about ice cream, later Shanice brings Ted some ice cream. And they feed each other some ice cream and get to kissing. So y'all let me know how y'all feel about Ashley and Grayson, and more importantly, Ted and Shanice. And then over at Uptown, Jacob and Derek meet up, and Jacob lets Derek know that he went out on a double date with Ashley and Grayson. Yeah, and who is this Grayson person? He say he work at the hospital. Oh, he a doctor? I don't know what he is. This is the first time I met him, but they seem to be doing all right. Well, I guess she can move on with someone else. Yeah, Derek, she's moved on. Like, you need to move on. Now, Jacob did bring up the baby issue again between he and Naomi, and he lets Derek know that he kind of changed his mind about not having kids. But of course, Naomi is dead set against having kids. So that's their issue. And now he feels as though if she tests positive for the BRCA gene, like that's going to take over their life now. Okay? And he not trying to deal with all of that. But of course, he going to have to deal with her and how she is dealing with the fact that if she does have this BRCA gene. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to weigh heavy on their relationship. And Danny shows up at Anita's and Vernon's to check in on Anita. And she has a talk with Vernon, who, again, is trying to warn her to don't be leaning on Bill. Don't be going to Bill for stuff. You know what I'm saying? Keep Bill at a distance, okay? And she tries to convince him, oh no, I'm just glad that he's there for the girls and blah, blah, blah. And Daddy is just like, yeah, okay, little girl. All right. I'm just saying you need to go ahead and keep your distance from Bill. And when they finish their little conversation, Chelsea texts Danny to let her know that the test results are back. So, gatekeepers, what do you think? Is Chelsea going to be okay? Is Joey in way over his head with Leslie? Let me know your theories in the comments. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you in the next video.